Good day, here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. We begin in Laos, where President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the strategic partnership between the Philippines and Vietnam. The two leaders are in the Laotian capital Vientiane for the 44th and 45th ASEAN Summit and other related summits. During their bilateral meeting on Tuesday, President Marcos highlighted the progress made since their discussions 2 years ago, noting that their engagements are now yielding positive results. He emphasized that both countries are making strides in various areas and are open to exploring new avenues for cooperation. Before wrapping up, President Marcos extended his heartfelt condolences to Vietnam for the lives lost due to Typhoon Yagi and the recent passing of General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trong. Prime Minister Chinh expressed his appreciation for President Marcos and reaffirmed Vietnam's strong commitment to its partnership with the Philippines. The two nations signed agreements covering rice trade, incident prevention in the South China Sea, and cooperation in agriculture and culture. Back home, the Sandiganbayan has dismissed the 276 million pesos ill-gotten wealth case against the former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr., his widow, Imelda Marcos, and their associate Roman Cruz due to inordinate delays. The case, filed 37 years ago, accused Cruz and the Marcos of acquiring assets, including properties in Baguio, Makati, Metro Manila, and California that exceeded their legal income. In a 30-page ruling, the AntiGraft court sided with the defense, citing the prosecution's failure to oppose the motion for dismissal and a violation of due process. The court noted that it was not the responsibility of the Marcoses to ensure the timely progress of the trial, adding that Imelda, now 95, may face difficulties testifying due to her age and health. With this, the Sandiganbayan officially dismissed the case against the Marcos family. In other news, the Philippines and South Korea have sealed a deal to push forward with two landmark projects aiming to improve connectivity and boost economic growth. During the Korea-Philippines Summit in Manila on Monday, Finance Secretary Ralph Recto and South Korea Deputy Prime Minister Choi Sang-mok signed a Memorandum of Understanding for the construction of the Laguna Lake Circular Road and the Panay Negros Bridge. These projects are some of the biggest ever supported by Korea Economic Development and Cooperation Fund, with each being granted a historic $1 billion loan. The Laguna Lake Circular Road will ease traffic congestions in Manila by incorporating elevated roads on the lake's western side. Meanwhile, the EDCF plans to provide over $1 billion for the development of the 13-kilometer Panay Negros Bridge, marking the first mega project in the fund's history to exceed $1 billion. The summit also included the signing of a loan deal for the next stage of the Summer Pacific Coastal Road Initiative, marking another milestone in the strengthening of bilateral ties between the two nations. The curtains came down on the filing of candidacy for next year's midterm elections on Tuesday. A total of 374 aspirants for the senatorial and party list race have filed their bids for public office during the 8-day filing period. The Commission on Elections said 184 aspirants are seeking seats in the Senate, while 190 groups are joining party list race. The figure included 57 senatorial bets and 53 party list groups that beat the filing deadline at the Manila Hotel Tent City. Among the last-minute filers was TV host Willie Revillame, who is running for senator, Sigi party list representative Dante Marcoleta, former Commission on Audit Commissioner Heidi Mendoza, detained Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Apollo Kibuloy, former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, and former Executive Secretary Vic Rodriguez. On the other hand, former Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana withdrew his COC as an independent senatorial aspirant on Tuesday, just a day after his authorized representative filed it on his behalf. COMELEC spokesperson John Rex Lodianco said Lorenzana cited no reason for his withdrawal. Meanwhile, the Armed Forces of the Philippines said it is preparing to augment the security preparations of law enforcement agencies for the midterm elections. AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said these includes preparations for the upcoming elections in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. The Department of Agriculture has temporarily banned importation of animals, products, and byproducts from the Republic of Turkey that may be susceptible to foot and mouth disease or FMD. The DA issued Memorandum Order Number 42 following reports of an FMD outbreak in cattle in Marquez Kershikich on September 9. The order suspends the processing, evaluation, and issuance of sanitary and phytosanitary import clearance of meat and meat products from Turkey. All shipments that are in transit or accepted into ports may be allowed entry if these were slaughtered or produced on or before August 26. DA Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. said the import ban seeks to prevent the spread of the FMD virus in the country. FMD is a highly transmissible and sometimes deadly disease that causes blisters and even lameness in cattle, sheep, goats, and other cloven-hoofed animals. The disease does not affect humans. In news overseas, the Philippine consulate in Florida urges Filipinos in Tampa to evacuate ahead of Hurricane Milton's expected landfall in the city. The consulate reports Milton is expected to make landfall slightly south of Tampa on Wednesday evening, local time. It said that after landfall on the west coast of Florida, the hurricane will pass through Orlando and exit near Daytona Beach. The consulate says Milton will be the most destructive hurricane on record. It has told Filipinos to beware of high winds, flooding, and tornadoes. They must also stay vigilant and monitor weather stations and emergency broadcasts. Those who need assistance during the storm may also call 911, while those who may seek help afterwards may contact the consulate's hotline number, Hope Florida, or the U.S. government FEMA Disaster Assistance. In a separate interview, Philippine Honorary Consul Cheryl Noblejas said some Filipinos have chosen not to evacuate. Noblejas said there are 36 shelters across the state, and the government has set up 14 large shelters along the I-75 corridor. Those who opt to stay in their homes are advised to stock up on food and water for more than a week, get sandbags, and board up their windows. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under the Pna News. It's 77 days before Christmas. I am Stephanie Civiliano. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.